Hi, this is Josh Marshall from TPM Media. Today is Wednesday, February 6, 2008, and today we're moving from Super Tuesday to Super Delegates. As you know, if you watched our coverage last night, the big story out of Super Tuesday was that it was a tie. Hillary Clinton won most of the big states, but Barack Obama won a lot more small ones. Now, coming out of last night, Barack Obama seems to have a very slight lead in terms of elected delegates, delegates that were chosen in caucuses and primaries. It looks to be about 20 delegates, although everybody's still trying to figure out exactly how many are going to be allocated. On the other hand, Hillary Clinton is ahead by about 60 delegates or so if you add in superdelegates. Now remember, we've told you a lot about the fact that the Democrats have proportional allocation in their primaries and caucuses. And that means that going into Super Tuesday, if Hillary Clinton was going to win in a lot of states, it was going to be hard for her to put it away because of proportional allocation. If she wins 60% and Obama wins 40%, she only gets 60% of the delegates. Now, proportional allocation means something a little different. From here on out, the process slows down a bit. We've got a couple primaries and caucuses every week stretching out until April. Going forward, it's going to be really hard for either candidate to win those races so decisively that they open up a real and substantial lead in delegates. Now, this is leaving a very good possibility that the margin separating the candidates among elected delegates could be smaller than the number of uncommitted superdelegates. And that means it could very well fall to the superdelegates to decide who the Democratic nominee is. So, who the hell are these superdelegates, and what makes them super, and who chooses them? First, some numbers. There are just over 4,000 delegates going to the Democratic National Convention. There are just under 800 of those who are superdelegates. Now, what superdelegates are, the basic idea behind the superdelegates, is that they're delegates who are delegates because of offices they hold rather than being elected in a primary or a caucus. So what are some of those offices? Every Democratic member of Congress is automatically a superdelegate. Every Democratic governor is a superdelegate. There are certain superdelegates that are there because of past offices that they hold. So every living Democratic president is automatically a superdelegate. Living vice presidents, former speakers of the House, majority leaders in the Senate, and so forth. Now, there's something to be said for those delegates. These are people who've routinely gotten elected to high office by Democrats. Those account for about half of those 800 superdelegates. On the other hand, the rest are made up mainly of members of the Democratic National Committee. Now, there's some overlap. You'll have governors who are also members of the Democratic National Committee and so forth. So there's a little blend, but basically, you've got half of the superdelegates that are elected officials, and the other half that are basically party operatives and functionaries, people who are elected to party positions, but not real elected office. So going forward, we have primaries and caucuses in states like Maryland, Virginia, Washington, Texas, and Ohio. But at the same time, we're going to have another de facto primary taking place to see who can pick up most of these superdelegates. About 300 of them have already committed to either Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama. Hillary's winning about 2-1 there, but there's about 500 left. In the coming days, we'll be telling you about who those people are and where they seem likely to go. I'm Josh Marshall from TPM Media, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.